والآن مع رائدة أعمال مميزة تكريماً لجهودها المؤثرة في مجال الحفاظ على البيئة، تم اختيارها مرتين ضمن قائمة The Most Powerful Top 100 Women in the Middle East by Forbes Magazine. رحبوا معايا بمؤسسة ورئيسة مجلس إدارة شركة رامسكو للتوزيع والتجارة الدكتورة راوية منصور.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here in this beautiful place, Suma Bay, and see all those lovely people around. It's a pleasure, a personal pleasure, to attend for the second year with Lamia, who's a great friend and a great Egyptian. Maybe some of you are questioning, what is the link between the Right to Dream and the Narrative Summit? I was in San Diego with my brother celebrating the first match. And what he was able to do in San Diego was to change the narrative for Egypt, for Egyptians. So I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud of what he did. And I think every single one of us here is changing the narrative to Egypt. Yusra, our famous diva, I've been with her to Italy and see the impact of the Arabs when they see Yusra. Egypt is not about the pyramids. Egypt is about its people, its culture, its civilizations, its arts. And as Egyptians, we are all proud. My grandson, who was born in England, when they asked him, he said, I'm an Egyptian, I live in front of the pyramids. So we're all proud Egyptians, and I think this is all what's uniting us here, is Egypt and our love for our country. I have established RAMSCO. It was exactly after the economic crisis, 2007, when I found the private sector, or I found the media in Egypt attacking the private sector. I was very offended because they say the rich are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer. So I decided to find a solution. So I went to the IDSC with Dr. Meghed Osman, and I said, how did you leave the media attacking the private sector? He told me for the crisis, because the prices of food went up. It was when the oil prices went up, and countries like Egypt and Jordan, who didn't have enough finance because they didn't have oil, we started having riots then. So I said, yes, I have a solution. So he asked me, what is your solution? I said, my solution is in recycling all the agri-waste, all the wastes. And actually, civilizations are measured by the amount of waste that you put back in the ground. So I spoke to Yusreya Sawiris, and we both formed a company for solid waste management, and we employ now around 5,000 people. We're able to clean up Cairo, but I specialized into the agri-waste and decided at IDSC, I did a study. We have 35 million tons of waste. Then was 2007, and we still have them. And I think the idea is using the problems into opportunities. So I decided to open my own research center in Ismailia prior to the last revolution, and did my researches there. And during the revolution, so I did RAMSCO for organic farming, and after the revolution, I went to Monaco, and there they encouraged me to get patents for my technologies, my biotechnologies, and this is where we start. So you might think, what does Monaco? Monaco is for the rich. What does it have to do with recycling? But there they encourage a lot the environment and sustainability. So I named my company there Oasis, which is organic agriculture for social international solidarity. Now, I think the most important thing that I learned from my father is the importance of food security and the importance of bread for Egypt. As food security forms stability, political stability. So I decided to invest in sustainable agriculture. I had a lot of challenges, which was, I took a place in the Egyptian Research Center in Ismailia. The challenges we have are the desert, lack of water, and as we live under the line of poverty. So I decided to recycle and to do research there, And we reach zero waste in agriculture. We do 100% organic farming, and it is 25% less costly than chemical fertilizers. And chemical fertilizers actually, due to the Ukraine war, is a big problem. So I think by inventing those biofertilizers, we're able to save water. And I had another also invention that we save 30% water. And what we are looking for is creating zero waste eco-village. As Dr. Rawya said, it's going green. So I would say the rules of food security are the rules of the 3 A's: accessibility, affordability, and availability. And we were able to attain the three things. And for climate change, there are the 3 C's, which is carbon sink, cost, and climate change mitigation and adaptation. The biotechnologies, as my research that we use, will help also decrease the climate change. And my holistic idea was to create, in Egypt, with those 35,000 tons, create 340 villages, zero waste eco-villages. I hear now that you're going out to the desert and that you're taking the Nile to Al Alamein, to Alexandria. I hope that you will utilize the biotechnologies I have, because you can also get carbon credits. And I've signed an MOU with Ahmed Muharram, I don't know where he is now, into petrochemicals, as this could be a solution for green. If we create those 340 villages, you'll employ up to 10 million people. So I took this little, I have a very small farm, which is my research center, in the research center in Ismailia. It is self-financed by me, and we produce 30 vegetables. And we don't use any pesticides or any chemical fertilizers. So it's zero waste when it comes to agriculture. Where we plant is very bad desert, remote areas where there is no water, and we plant with very high salinity. So I am proud of the inventions. Another invention I did was the biochar, which is the only way to mitigate and adapt to climate change. This is the machine I have still in the AIO, أو الهيئة العربية للتصنيع, and I plan on taking it because I'm looking forward to create my first zero waste eco-village. Biochar is the only way because it is like putting back carbon into the sand. For every ton that you put down, you're going to sequestrate 2.5 tons from the air. And you also save 30% water. The cost, when you come to the cost of biofertilizers, is 25% less than the chemical fertilizers. So we'll have food security. And with my 13 acres, I employ up to 50 people. And with the second grade, it all goes to charity. And every week we were able to feed 500 people. So imagine how will this help the Egyptian economy. I am in the micro, and I would love to go to the macro so as to have an impact as a green country. What we're talking about, all of the world now is talking about deforestation. We are talking about afforestation by planting the desert. This is a project that can be expanded. It can be very well. This is why they chose me in Africa as the female leader of Africa, because this is a project that can be implemented, replicated, and as I said before, if we plan those 340 villages, we'll employ up to 10 million people. And it has women empowerment. I tried to take a village, but I couldn't take a village to start. I think Egypt has so many resources. What you see here is the farm that I bought in Wadi Natrun on the lake, Red Lake, أو الحمراء, وادي البحيرة الحمراء. And what you see there is a simple sample of what we have in Egypt. This is the well in the salty lake where the Virgin Mary drank water. And this is the state it is. We can count on all the spiritual and the religious tourism. I think tourism would really be enhanced. If you look at Sinai, the Moses, Saint Catherine, we have so many options. And I think the sky is the limit to investing in Egypt. I've traveled the world, all around the world. But as another country who has so much potential, I haven't seen. So if we talk about those 35 million tons that are still left either to be burnt or to be to spoil the aquifers of the underwater, we can increase our agricultural land by 1.5 million acres. But what we want is to work with biotechnology, not with chemical fertilizers. As chemical fertilizers, they also use a lot of water and they pollute the aquifers. Aquifers are the underground water. So by using my biotechnologies, which I have specialized in, we are able to save 30% water, could get carbon credits, and at the same time, it is less costly food. And it's a very big employment sector where you can, because also we have problems like marrying women at very young age. When you employ those rural women, because the development is not about compounds. The development should be in rural area because this is where really poverty lies. And as Dr. Rawya was saying, I see that the GDP is increasing a lot by the agricultural exports. Let alone if they start constructing around a new line, not cities and compounds, but zero-waste eco-villages. This will also raise the GDP, because I think a very big rate of our GDP is from the construction, if I'm not mistaken. So what we're doing is working on climate change, and what we're doing is exactly, it is a market-driven idea. It's not like charity, it's nothing like that, but it's a market-driven approach. This is a village that I wanted to take in Aswan by the Lake Nasser, but I could never have it. What also is a very big, important sector in agriculture is that it helps women empowerment. So one of the prizes I got was for giving equal pay to daily women, and it also helps them not to have early marriages in their age, because, you know, as a farmer, he has 5, 6 kids. He wants to get rid of them so that he doesn't spend. So empowering rural women is the vital key to, and giving them financial power. I was in Deauville several years ago, and it was about women empowerment. And at the time, they were saying, oh, the Middle East, all the women are so violated, and they have no rights. I said, we're not violated any less or any more than you are in the United States. But the woman doesn't have economical and financial power. They didn't like what I said, but I think that's the truth. So these are the women I employ. And I think if this project is created, we are going to hit the 17 goals of the SDG, because as I always say, before the SDG, we had the MDG. I hope it's not simply changing letters, but I think it's time for action to go green. And as I really believe that fighting poverty is through the green economy. Those are the patterns I took. I took it in India, I took it in, and actually I must thank Monaco, because when I went there, they helped me to open an office and to get those patterns to help the environment. So I have it in India, I have it in Australia, I have it in the United States, I have it in many countries. So now my request to Dr. Rawya is to go from the micro and make use of the researches that have been done, although there's totally, and I must say that the journey was very difficult. It wasn't easy, but I will be very happy to share that with you, to have food security and safe food without pesticides, and to have a better Egypt. Thank you very much.